Hello there, today I have LEGO Transformers G1 Megatron version 2. So here he is in his gun mode, and you can already see the back has issues just like before. It's pretty gappy, his head is still hanging out on the back due to a very obvious reason, which is that it doesn't really have anywhere to go. It's also gappy here because of how he has to transform into robot mode. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good interpretation of a gun, at least. Maybe not exactly the Walter P38, or Walter P38, however you pronounce it. But yeah, the proportions aren't perfect, but you look at this and you know it's G1 Megatron's gun mode, and that's kind of the goal. And just like before, you can also, or I can also hold it pretty comfortably in my hand, as you can see. It does kind of fit, but obviously it's too small. There is no trigger either. You could pretend that this section right here is the trigger, but it doesn't really resemble one too much. Hasbro stuff. Lego stuff. Gun mode is about 15 and a half studs long, maybe 15 alone. And basically 4 studs wide, but if you count his head, it is about 6 studs, or 5.5 studs wide. And why not count how tall it is too? It is 10, 11, about 11 and a half studs tall, maybe 12. Obviously, it's not in scale with any of the other builds. So let's just get into it, the transformation. So you're going to take the gun off here, and you're going to swivel that piece down like so that it's pointing toward the barrel. Then you're just going to set that off to the side. By the way, here's the base gun mode while we're doing that. Definitely looks better with the cannon on. So, first thing you're going to do is move the waist down like so. Then once you've done that, you can move the knees to the middle like so. And then, his torso doesn't keep flopping around. Move his foot down, swivel it around on that ankle joint, and then put it back up. Same thing on the other side. Next thing you're going to do is just swivel this torso into the right position. Just like so. And we'll get to this barrel in a second. You're going to move this down like so. And then move it to the back like so. Just leave it in that position. You're going to need some clearance. So right now what you're going to do is move his head up. And then you're going to, it's just easier if it comes off anyway. So you're going to take it out like this, like so. And then you're going to swivel this piece up like that. Continue swiveling it around until it does just nicely sit into place like so. That gets a lot of things in place. And now you can move this piece up too, down, down, and then swivel it to put it in the correct position. Same thing on the other side. Then once you've done all of that, you gotta get the barrel into place. So you're gonna swivel it to the side. Give me a second, you gotta kind of get stuck. Swivel it to the side like that. Maybe not all the way to the side. And then you're going to basically push this pin up like this, so it elevates the barrel higher. So you're just gonna keep doing that until it gets to a certain point where it can then sit on top of this original hinge piece right here flushly. So just swivel it out a little more. Just keep doing that until you get the right position. It's kind of a tedious process, but once you do get it in the right position, it does look good. And then you just swivel the barrel like so. And yeah, that is that. And then you're just gonna put his cannon on. 2 anti-studs go on the 2 studs. And yeah, there is G1 Megatron in his robot mode. So obviously, you somehow couldn't tell, this is the mode I definitely prioritized. I wanted Megatron to have a really good alt mode, not an alt mode, robot mode that was comparable to Optimus Prime, the version 3 that I did. And even though that's version 3 and this is version 2, this is supposed to pair up with version 3 of Optimus. So just an FYI. So yeah, there's a lot of improvements made. Some things just don't change though, like his waist. Actually, did it break on the old one? I don't think it did. But just due to how everything has to work in scale and everything, how the transformation has to work, that's unfortunately a byproduct of how it's built. But if you do handle it well, it does not pop off so easily. So what is there to talk about? Yeah, improvements. His waist. He actually has a better articulation on his waist and a lot of other areas, which you'll see in a second. On on the barrel, it's not actually connected to his arm anymore. As you can see, it is an independent piece on his back. So that works out very well. So yeah. The legs are also much cleaner, as you can see. Not 100% accurate since the sides are supposed to be black, but obviously in Lego with how this is built, it honestly wouldn't look too good, and I don't have enough pieces. And here it looks good enough anyway. I was also able to get the shape of the legs to look much better because of they're less complicated this time around. They don't really do much, so it was pretty easy to get those iconic leg curves and stuff into the design. It also has ankle pivot now, which I have to show it in articulation, so I might as well get to that right now. His head, just like before, looks up. And while we're at it, I guess just do the ab crunch right now. Yes, he still retains the ab crunch. Yeah, and his head obviously swivels. It's pretty tight though, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. Universal joint at the shoulder. This one's pretty loose. Is this one? Nah, this one isn't loose. Just a matter of pieces. So, yeah. Universal joint at the shoulder. Should get better angles for this. So yeah, like I said, universal at the shoulder. You've got a almost 90-degree knee bend. Not knee bend? Wow. Elbow bend. Doesn't, fortunately can't do, just like Sideswipe, the way it's built, how it has to transform. It cannot swivel to the side. I mean, it can, but it doesn't look the best. It could work if you can ignore how weird it looks, but if you look at it from some angles, it does hide the fact that look at the right, yeah. It does kind of hide the fact that his elbow is being dislocated. So that articulation point is there due to transformation, but it doesn't look the best. It's better to show off on this arm. He does have an arm swivel like that, so you can get this more G1 model accurate look where the cannon is actually like this on his arm, which is very good if you're like a I don't know, a hardcore G1 fan. You want his arm like that, he can do that. So yeah, and it also looks good when he's pointing it. I don't remember if version 1 did this, was able to do this, but this one can. And this one is superior. Does not have torso tilt, but he does have 90-degree ankle, jeez. What is it called? Ab crunch, right. And this is the very loose part, the waist swivel. So he does have waist swivel, unlike version 1, I believe. And another improvement from version 1 is he can actually kick outward now, which is really nice. So he can kick backward about that far, on that leg at least. On this leg, since there's actually nothing in the way, let's see how far he can actually kick. That's not going to work with me. So this leg kicks farther than that one. Let's just leave it at that. So this leg kicks up about that far. Its big chest gets in the way. It's just due to dimensions in gun mode. His chest has to be like that. You can also kick up like that. He couldn't even kick to the side at all in version 1. So this is a much needed improvement. Let me just get a better look at the knee bend right there. Yeah. Waist is probably the most annoying part about this build. But if you don't apply too much pressure, like I said, it doesn't tend to come off. Thigh swivel. Does have that thigh swivel right there. And like I said, he has ankle tilts. Just like that. So yeah. Oh yeah, also kicks down like that. So yeah, he does have some pretty decent articulation. Obviously, he won't stand in every single pose, which is why you would need to get a figure stand and stuff like that. And yeah, time is running out, so let's move on. I actually want to get a 360 of this guy first, though. So, and while he's in a sort of pose. So let's do this. Also, while we're here, you guys can make a comment if you want a tutorial of this guy, so you can go against your Lego G1 Optimus version 3. If you want, only if you guys comment. But yeah, actually, maybe I might do a poll because I'm doing this. This video is going to come out much later than I'm actually recording it, so I might just do a poll on the YouTube channel. Hasbro stuff. Megatron is about 14.5 studs tall. And here he is with Lego stuff, and I just realized I've basically been ignoring his accessory the entire time. So let me just show you with his accessory real quick. His gun. It's a definite improvement over the last one. It actually looks good on the user's hand. It actually hangs above his hand, other than instead of like flowing through it like it's a Michael Bay weapon. So it actually looks like he's holding the gun. But just like last time, it doesn't make sense that he's holding himself. I'm gonna go now.